Hi, Libra, and welcome to your March reading. This is for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, and or Venus. However, if you just out of anticipation clicked on this video out of curiosity of wanting to know what I was talking about, do know that you were brought here for a reason, and so I hope you're all that you need, and do subscribe before you leave. Coming into March, I definitely get the sense that you guys have been doing a lot of wishful thinking, because what came out for you was the Seven of Cups and the Hanged Man. Definitely dealing with concepts of respect, of concepts of neglect, self-worth, confidence, and regret, if I didn't already say so. Of not appreciating what you had and or have. Okay, because energy is fluid, so this can already have happened or just potential outcomes for something that you're currently involved with. But kind of ruminating over that, you know, that one good saying that we all know, you don't know what you have until it's gone. So I'm definitely getting the sense of that energy being around you guys, just in that woulda, shoulda, coulda mentality as far as potential blockages going into the second and third week in March, and having to find ways to really pull yourself and your energy out of that and shift your way of thinking here. Going into the end of March with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Learning to forgive, but definitely not forget. Okay, this is something that isn't to be repeated, because you guys had the Five of Coins and then you end with the Page of Cups energy. And then when I was trying to reposition the Five of Coins, it did want to flip upside down. So it's understanding that you can't turn back time. Okay, everything that has transpired in your life, it is now out of your control. Like, you can't help if you get fired from a job. And in that moment, it's not something that you can fight unless it's something that you take to HR, if it's something that has to be escalated, right, if you see fit. But in that example, especially, like, you can't change the fact that you've just been fired from a job. What you can do is go home and set up a game plan, maybe take a week off. Maybe you just need to spend a little bit more time, I guess, in a way, rediscovering yourself and figuring out what your interests truly are, to know what you can do that can help develop your passion, or just put you, kind of like feeding you the breadcrumbs to kind of help you get there to whatever that end goal may be, if you don't really know what you're doing, right, with your life. But it's understanding that after you take the much needed time for yourself and rediscovering yourself and your interests and your character development, where you stand with that and what you still have to improve upon, and then taking the time to do revisions on your resume, you know. Don't be afraid to acknowledge the situation for what it is. If you ever get asked about it, there's nothing better than being honest. And I think that's another thing that's coming up for you guys, just being really authentic with how you feel, and or with what it is that you want, or what it is that you're trying to produce. Just doing it from an authentic space, because you are intrinsically motivated and are interested in the thing, and not just for what it can give you. But yeah, anyway, so what you're doing in the meantime, or what you could do in the meantime, knowing the situation, is, okay, what did you learn from the job, right? What strengths did that give you? How has it helped you to really see what your weaknesses may be, and how you plan to grow in your discomfort of knowing that? And then you start applying for jobs, and you take those interviews, and you get back into the world, right? It's not allowing one bad thing to deter you from all things. Like, one bad experience is worth you sacrificing in your belief of what you deserve. Again, the idea and concepts of like your self-worth and your confidence, your self-esteem, that might be bruised in the 2nd to 3rd week of March, having to heal from loss in terms of relationships here, because you do have the Empress card here. This can be an individual, somebody that you see in a high regard, like have a lot of respect for. This can be an older woman even, like a mother figure, somebody that you really get some advice from to kind of help you in being able to heal your wounds, you know, in a proper way is what I'm getting. But if a certain relationship has turned sour, it's not looking back at it and feeling this sense of regret or anger and or I don't want to say embarrassment, but that's coming to mind, so we can use that. But also, I guess, looking at it really as a loss, and just really looking at your definitions of things and the way that you like, how am I trying to say this? So it's kind of like, in terms of a relationship, understanding that not all of them are permanent. So although in physical form you no longer have like direct contact with that person, right, because you may not see it physically anymore, it doesn't mean that it doesn't still exist in other forms. So like on a 5D spiritual soul level, okay, is understanding that certain things are contractual. Some people are only meant to come into your life to teach you something. So that's what I mean when I say like changing your definition and how like you regard relationships and what that's supposed to look like. Although when you do have to make that transition through certain stages of life, like in losing a friend and losing a partner, romantic or business, in losing a paternal figure or maternal figure, you know, mom, dad, grandparents, when they make that transition, right, as we all will, I know that can be hard on people because they no longer have that access. Again, having taken advantage of being able to have it at a moment's notice to now no longer having any access at all, it can be pretty drastic for some people. Some don't know how to cope or deal in those circumstances and or adapt. That might be you this month, is really what I'm trying to get out at the end of the day. Looking at things again that you want to change, that you know it's time to change, but not being critical about the fact that you are in such a feeling space at the moment. Also, perspectives on vulnerability can change, and societal norms. Just thinking that with the Swords energy, especially like Aquarian energy, those that are here to like really shift the paradigm and really dismantle all of the systems that really just aren't working in the grand scheme of things, especially for the greater good of everybody, only for the select few. So it's talking about like redistribution in a sense, but I'm definitely getting you guys are feeling that on an emotional level. Okay, allowing the heart to break open, allowing yourself to cry, and not perceive it as being a weakness, and allowing yourself to forgive yourself, and allowing yourself to hold space in your heart for people that you care about, even if that means like from a distance, is what I'm getting, because you have the 5 of Coins with the Page of Cups. So it's like loving from a distance, loving from afar. That is still a form of love. It may not be at the level that you would hope to have it, but in a sense, beggars can't be choosers. And also understand that tomorrow's not guaranteed. So if there are some people that you haven't been speaking with, like there's been a break or a change in communication, and or the status of association between you and other people, you're really taking a look at that, because you understand how short life is. based on some of these experiences that you have been really living and hurtling through. You're going to make sure that you're reaching out this month just to let people know how much you care, right? Kind of like the, oh, I've been thinking about you type of ordeal. Telling the people that you love them, you know, although that they may know, you feel like maybe you just don't say it enough, right? You don't express your love enough. So that can be coming through also as a major theme this month. At the bottom of the deck, you guys have the Chariot card. A Cancer can be coming in, or this is again just understanding more about the more delicate, soft, sympathetic, docile, even submissive, and very intuitively inclined. But just getting to the point of review now and fixing the things that you know you can't move forward with. Baggage at this point has become too heavy, and it's inevitable that you change, because you wouldn't want to again relive some of the things that you have come out of. So just really working on the self this month, making yourself a priority. You have 3 aces, so you have the ability to manifest a better life, and to really do better, and to learn even more and or love even more deeply, with more like I want to say sharpness, but like intention. Loving hard. There we go. So loving harder than you have. You have the ability to do that this month. You have the ability to make a wish, but know exactly what it is that you wish for, but understand you may not always get what it is that you want because it's not what you need. Okay? Take a look at that you're not asking for something just for the sake of knowing that you can get it, but because you actually need it in your life to help you, to essentially help all of us, right? Because as you help yourself, that vibrates and sends out signals for other people to update their own personal codes and do better within their own personal lives when you are that example and you have that glow and you do such purposeful, dedicated type growth. Other people become inspired by that and often kind of replicate. So that's what I have for you guys as far as chakras is concerned. Your sacral, solar plexus for sure, heart chakra, and the throat. Work on those mainly, but do heed your own personal intuition. If this resonates for you, give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. Do subscribe for more. And if you do want a personal private reading, of course, you can hit me up at my email, which I will leave here as well as in the description box for you. Take care until we talk again. Ciao.